Hello, Aquarius. I hope that you're all doing well. We're here with a general reading. My name is Gabriella for anybody new tuning in. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, what I'm looking at is you really trying to figure out the right way to go about a situation, like especially in a way that feels in alignment with like your morals or your beliefs or like your values. To have the Justice card and also the Two of Pentacles, it can be like working through some sort of moral or contractual episode is what I'm hearing, situation, where you're like, I want to do this and I want to do this the right way. Also to have the focus on Libra, there is an emphasis on you wanting to create balance and harmony with this choice of yours, and you being in a space where like that is really the priority here. Something may need to come to an end. It may not be a whole thing that needs to come to an end. It can be something that's been going on that's out of alignment needs to come to an end. Or there can be an end that's associated with this. I don't know how exactly that's going to play out. We're going to get more details as we move along with this. Knight of Cups. Somebody's sharing feelings. The timing may be off with the situation. So I was seeing this Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck when this came out. So this can mean somebody being in a space where they're like not really opening up, or they don't want to say exactly how they're feeling. I'm seeing somebody kind of like scrambling to find the right words here. Like there's this notion of like someone wanting to share what's going on with them, but still kind of, I don't know if the word struggling yet would be right as far as what I'm seeing energetically, but there's something that doesn't feel very clear cut. Like it seems like it's not a simple process for this person to communicate. They could be in a space where they're like, do I write this? And they're like writing it, deleting it. Then they're like thinking about sending it. And then they're like, well, I don't know how that's going to translate. And then they like take it all back. And then they end up saying something completely different. Like this is the sort of thing that I'm seeing going on here. It just seems like this person wants to be careful. I'm looking at the Hermit coming out. I'm seeing them be very thoughtful. Like this person comes through and they're thinking about sending this message. And then it also seems like they have a lot going on, or at least to them, they just feel like there are things that they need to balance and prioritize within their life. And I'm seeing them take a more like secluded approach to this situation, a more reserved approach. To have the Hermit be coming out, this is like you may be aware kind of what's going on behind the scenes without this person telling you. You may be reading their energy. Also, too, like this person may have decided, like, I'm going to keep quiet rather than communicate with you. So only because they're thinking about it. It's not like this person is not being careless. This person is not like, I don't want to let them know what's going on. It's like they thought about coming through and sending the message. Then they went back and forth with it. Like, do I do it? Do I not? Then the changing and the editing and the writing and the deleting and all of that stuff. And then they're like, I'm just going to be quiet and think about it for now. So I'm seeing somebody that just may not be like very direct, at least with you within this situation, because who's to say how they're like in any other situation, but it seems like with you particularly, this person is like, I actually need to go back to the drawing board and think about this for a bit. So emphasis on Virgo here, maybe a Virgo. Also, too, like with Virgo coming out as well, like a trait of Virgo can be like wanting things to be perfect, like that sense of perfectionism. Like I need it to be just right. And I'm going to think about it and consider it and like think it over and over and over again until I get it just right. But if it gets too overwhelming, then maybe I'll like put it away and then maybe I'll forget about it by accident. Like, you know, that whole thing. So but it does seem like you're on this person's mind, even if they're not communicating with you right now, okay? I'm hearing, so don't be shocked. You may actually reach out to them. I'm seeing they like initially wanted to reach out to you first, but I'm seeing them kind of like get lost in their own thoughts, and then I'm seeing like you come through and be like, hey, I'm over here. Don't forget about me. It's like, of course you have something to say over here. Let's let's see. Maybe reminding this person of something, of like what's going on. There's something about you wanting to bring like a sense of stability, or like showing your support to this person. So you see how Hermit's over here. Hermit's like, I'm seeing Hermit get like so distracted by what one is thinking that they're kind of like walking in circles, and then they're like going backwards, and you're like, hey, I'm over here. And I'm seeing you kind of like go up behind them and be like, hey, like we're having a conversation here. I'm seeing this Four of Wands be connected with it. So again, like what you may be reminding them of is like something about your relationship, about the quality of it, about the goals that you guys have, the like peace, the camaraderie, the sense of partnership, the how you value your relationship with them, things of that nature. Appreciation, even. I keep seeing this Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck over and over and over again. I am seeing Cancer come out. I will say this, if somebody is channeling the energy of Cancer, or they have Cancer placements, like Cancer, archetypally speaking, is known for being indirect, like a crab. Like rather than going straight forward, like goes to the side. So may have sort of like a roundabout way of communicating with you, especially if they have Virgo and Cancer placements, because I'm seeing both of those major arcanas here. Maybe somebody that's like very thoughtful to the point of like forgetting to respond, or like getting so in their head that they don't respond back, and then to have like Cancer over here, maybe like kind of roundabout or indirect with you. Can definitely be the qualities. But I'm also seeing something that they're working on as well. So if this is something that you've experienced with them, I'm seeing them also like want to get their word to come across. Like there's a lot of emphasis on this person like attempting to branch out with their communication, because we start off with this little Knight of Cups over here, which is like, I have a message that I want to share, and then below it I'm seeing this Eight of Wands, which is like, I want to send that. I want that to go out. But they may be like figuring out how to do that, but I'm seeing that they're going to be doing it. They're just like thinking a lot. Maybe like a lot more than you would think about sending something. Like why I'm seeing this be emphasized is because you guys may have two very different communication styles. Like you may be more blunt and direct, and like if I want to say that, I'm just going to say that, you know. Like Aquarius is very like a straight shooter. There's not really an issue. Like why do we need to like walk all around in circles if I can just cut through the middle, you know? But not everybody communicates like that. And that may be what you're dealing with this person, especially because it seems like they want to share something that's connected with like intimacy or their feelings, because they're coming through as the Knight of Cups. They're just like figuring out the best way to do that, to like speak from the heart, and it just seems like they're wanting to be like very deliberate and conscientious with what they're saying. But you may be kind of like more so supporting this person at this point in time, maybe with like however this is that they're working through this. All right. Now, here's that. My nose is getting so itchy. Here's this Four of Cups that I was seeing before. Four of Cups that I was seeing at first when that Knight of Cups came out. And these two together is like somebody wants to send a message and another person is not receptive, or this is like somebody wanting to send a message and then being like, nah, I'm actually not going to send it. Really depending on the situation here. The Moon. Somebody may have not been being like direct about how they feel. Let's look into this. So you have somebody wanting to say something, but then they go back and forth, and then there's like this rewinding energy of like, I'm actually seeing somebody like backtracking. But then I'm seeing there be this other energy, which I'm just saying that this is you, and if you're the other energy, just reverse it. I'm seeing you come through and be like, hey, we were in the middle of a conversation here. Are you going to get back to me? And it seems like it has to do with your dynamic, your relationship with this person. Like I'm seeing you bring something behind you towards this person within the conversation and being like, hey, it's kind of like you dragging something behind you and being like, this is what I'm bringing up into the conversation. And then I'm seeing you move to a space where something that had been challenging, I'm seeing you like work through that. And if you had been doing something before that you didn't that you felt was out of place, I'm seeing you like correct this and make the necessary changes, even if it was something that maybe you didn't want to change. I'm seeing it be kind of like a change out of necessity, because you're like, I don't like how this feels, and so I'm changing it, even if maybe I don't feel the most open to that change. It seems like there could potentially be a change within the relationship. Let me look at this, though. Hold on. So whatever that stammering that was happening before, I'm seeing like somebody actually does come through and send the message. There's this figuring out how to work through a process. I'm seeing there be a reflection on like, what do I want? Then I'm seeing like the answer key being exposed here. And I'm seeing the Death card, the Four of Wands, and this Four of Cups. Death card and the Four of Wands is like a change, an alteration to an already established like union or unit or foundation that you have. So it's like something that's already established. There being this recognition. It seems like there's information that's received where it's like, oh, something here has got to change, but because this thing is already established, I'm seeing at least one person be like, I don't know if I really want to change things, but it's become apparent that something needs to change. This is what I'm seeing. But somebody is definitely not into this. I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's the other person. There's not like a signifier with whose energy this is, so it may be both of your energies. But it's kind of one of those situations where like you sort of know that this thing needs to happen, but you may not be feeling like enthusiastic about it. But I'm seeing you like also not feel like there's an issue with how things are, and that's what's facilitating this change. So even though you may be feeling however it is that you're feeling, seems like something would sort of need to happen in order for you to like have the chance of really finding actually what you're looking for, shaping this in a way that maybe feels more fulfilling to you. I'm gonna get more. I feel like this is very incomplete here. We're looking at Virgo and Cancer and Scorpio. Seeing the sun coming out here. Your guides are saying look at this in an optimistic way and be a problem solver here, and like don't be afraid to go as deep as you want to. Because the sun is kind of like a flashlight, and to have it with Pluto here, ooh, this is definitely connected with the Pluto retrograde. To have the sun here and to have Pluto coming out here, sun is like, let's shine a flashlight on something, and Pluto is like, let's really do a deep dive and uncover what's going on here. Like, Pluto's like, let's dig this up and dig this up and dig this up. And the sun over here is like, let me put my consciousness and my focus on this so I can really see what's happening here. So it seems like your guides are really encouraging you not to gloss things over, but to rather like dig it all the way up, dig it all the way down to the foundation if you need to. But again, it may be annoying to you because you're like, well, there already is a foundation. Like, why do I need to be doing that? But I'm seeing there's like a reason why that would need to be done. It seems like something in like the creation of how things are working, something within the foundation needs to change because someone is not feeling like so connected, and one could be feeling more connected if something about the foundational structure of this relationship were to change. But you may be working with somebody where they may not be trying to hear that, and then that's going to be something else to be working with. Because there's, again, this like need for change, but then Four of Cups is like there being maybe an unwillingness or somebody being like not enthusiastic about this. Maybe trying things new or in a different way than what may feel usual. The whole point of this is to actually get to the bottom of what you want. And if there have been any like cutting corners that have been happening, this is sort of about sharpening them again. So as much as it may feel uncomfortable to be like digging things up, especially when you're like, well, it's not completely, like there's not a tower here, it's not completely falling apart, but something can be enhanced and something can be made better. And so that's what all of this is about, okay? So we are going to leave it there. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.